The officer's laughter echoed across the parking lot. "Your mom's a soldier? What's next, kid? You fly fighter jets, too?" People nearby turned their heads. The teen stood frozen, clutching his worn backpack. He'd only asked why he was being searched. But instead, his words had become a joke. The officer smirked, hand resting on his taser. "Let's see if your imaginary mom taught you respect." The boy's voice cracked. "She's real. She's serving overseas right now." The officer laughed louder. "Sure she is." But just behind them, a black SUV rolled up, and what stepped out would silence that laugh forever. 2. Setup, empathy, plus background. Marcus was 17. His mom had raised him alone while serving as a communications officer in the Army. She'd left 3 months ago on deployment. Since then, he'd been trying to stay strong, help his grandma, keep his grades up, avoid trouble. But that morning, walking home from school in his hoodie, a patrol car had pulled up fast. The officer claimed he matched a suspect's description. Marcus stayed calm, just like his mom taught him, hands visible, voice steady, respectful. But the officer didn't see respect. He saw defiance. "Where'd you get that phone? Stolen?" he sneered. Marcus explained it was a birthday gift from his mom, a U.S. soldier. That's when the laughter started, and that's when something inside Marcus broke. 3. Conflict, escalation, plus humiliation, plus fear. The officer made him empty his pockets, a few coins, a folded letter, and a photo. Marcus and his mom in uniform. The officer grabbed the photo, squinted, then chuckled. "This your Halloween costume? Cute?" Marcus's throat tightened. "No, sir. That's my mom. She's Staff Sergeant Harris." "Staff Sergeant?" The cop mocked a salute. "Right, and I'm the president." Bystanders started filming on their phones. One woman muttered, "That poor kid." Marcus tried to hold back tears. "Please, can I go?" But the officer wasn't done. He radioed for backup, pretending Marcus was resisting. 2 more units pulled up. They surrounded him like a criminal. Marcus's voice shook. "I didn't do anything." The officer leaned close, whispering, "Then pray your soldier mommy comes save you." And that's when the sound of heavy boots hit the pavement. The crowd parted. 4 uniformed soldiers stepped out of a dark SUV, tactical gear, badges, presents. The lead officer froze. One of the soldiers removed her helmet. Her eyes locked on the teenager. "Marcus," she said softly. It was his mom. She'd been flown home on emergency leave, and her unit had picked her up straight from the base. The officer's face drained of color. "Ma'am, you're really—" She stepped closer. "Yes, Staff Sergeant Harris, U.S. Army Special Forces, and this is my son." Her tone could slice steel. "Now why is he in handcuffs?" The officer stammered. I thought he was—" She cut him off. "You thought! You profiled! You humiliated a child because of his skin and his pride." Her team surrounded the scene. One soldier filmed everything. Another called the precinct chief. Minutes later, the officer's own superior arrived, furious. "Turn in your badge," he ordered. The officer tried to protest. "It was a misunderstanding." The chief shook his head. "No, it was misconduct." Marcus watched, shaking, as his mom placed her hand on his shoulder. "You did good," she whispered. "You stayed calm." He looked up at her, proud, relieved, still trembling. "I told him you were real," he said quietly. She smiled. Now he knows. As the soldiers walked away with Marcus, the crowd broke into applause. The same phones that filmed his humiliation now captured his victory, and the narrator's voice closes. "Respect is earned, but dignity should never have to be."